Here's my review of Gen V Season 2. I thought this was a pretty good season. I really liked the first season. I didn't think this was as good, but that's just also one of the things where I'm not as big of a fan as the boys as everyone else. I still like it. I've just never been as high on it as a lot of other people have. But that being said, I still thought that this was a pretty good season. I liked a lot of the relationships in this season, particularly the one with Marie having with their sister, them reconnecting. I thought was great. And let's just address the elephant in the room. With, of course, Chance Perdomo's passing, the way they handled it was good, I thought. And us dealing, like, in Andre's father basically filling in what would have been Andre's character for this season, I thought that they handled it very well and in a very respectful way. And it does have an overall lasting effect on this season, making it feel more, not monotone, but more just depressing. It's a more depressing season because it has this undertone of like death, because we know, of course, the real actor died. And you just feel that in every episode of the show. And it just feels so real. Because I always, one thing I will always praise the boys for and Gen V for, even though, like I said, I'm not as big a fan of it as everyone else, though I still like it, is I think all the acting's always just incredible here. I think that they do a great job casting. It all feels just great. And like I said, this season, though, I thought it was still pretty good. I just felt it a little rushed. There is a lot to this season, of course, especially with Cypher trying basically explain to Marie how she is a lot more powerful than she believes, and having to put her in these intense situations to make her use her blood-bending powers, and how she could even use it without having to cut herself. It's very fascinating. And especially with the relationship that she has with Jordan. We get a lot more romance in this season. And there's a lot of great things here. I think that, like I said, especially the relationship between Marie and Jordan were great. I thought it was done very well here. And it's cool seeing Marie, seeing how powerful she can be. I thought that was very compelling. There's so many just awesome scenes of like her being able to control blood. It's just all done in such a cool way. It's classic, the boys, like extremely gory, and just a lot of fun. That I was able to just get a lot out of this season. But like I said, it wouldn't really say it blew me away, but it was still a very solid season of television. I think one of the problems for me with this season is the villain of Thomas Godolkin, where he's not even introduced until like the second to last episode. And then it just feels like so much is rushed, which is really unfortunate because he could have been a really cool, like, evil Professor X, but he just felt rushed. Like, there's a lot, like, I was honestly shocked when they just like killed him. Like, it felt like they built him up to be so powerful, and then like he just wasn't. It was weird. Although the actor did a great job, and I thought that his motivation, it's very straightforward, just like soup supremacy. And not only soup supremacy, but also if he thinks a power is dumb, he'll just kill you. That's interesting. Like, that was cool, but we get to see him in like the last two episodes, barely. And it's like, why'd you do that? And I will say, I love all the scenes with what's her name? With Emma, Little Cricket. I thought that the shrinking scenes and the way it's done in The Boys is always just so unique. And they're able to just do some really fun stuff with Emma here. And I thought that part was just really fun. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff here in this season. I think it's good overall. Like I said, from Cypher trying to turn the students into soldiers, seeing how much pressure he could put these kids under before they break. There's a lot of compelling stuff here. I just didn't find it as compelling as the first. And it's good. It's pretty good, but I wouldn't really even say, like, I didn't love it like I did, I think, the first season. But it was still pretty good. But I don't know. I do think that the relationship between Marie and her sister, like just seeing that dynamic, especially seeing Marie's sister's powers of Annabeth, Marie's sister Annabeth, I forgot her name. But I really liked the relationship between Annabeth and Marie. I thought that it just felt so real and personal, especially with Annabeth not even really wanting anything to do with Marie, and her basically being like this telepath who could predict the future sometimes. It was kind of, it was fun. It was very enjoyable. I just didn't think it was as strong as season one, but it was still a solid season. But it just felt like the ending was a little rushed. Still good.